Good morning, children. Our today's topic is translation. In central dogma, again I am revising you. In central dogma, first of all, DNA forms RNA in the nucleus, and then that RNA comes out of the nucleus through the nucleopore, and then it enters into ribosomes. And when it encounters the ribosome, then it start translating its information in the form of protein or polypeptide chain. So that is called as translation. Formation of RNA from DNA in the nucleus was transcription, which we have already discussed, and now the RNA which is formed will translate its information in the form of polypeptide chain, that is called as translation. Now polypeptide chain is what? Polypeptide chain is actually the polymer of amino acids, because the unit of polypeptide chain is amino acid. As you know, the DNA, the unit is nucleotide. It is a polymer of nucleotide. Similarly, the glucose, it is a polymer of carbohydrate. It is a polymer of glucose. So similarly, the polypeptide is a polymer of amino acid. That means various amino acids will join together by peptide bonds to form a polypeptide chain. But how do this polypeptide chain will form? For that, information is required, a dictation is required, and that the DNA, which is the master molecule, has dictated that information on RNA, and now RNA will translate that information in the form of polypeptide chain. Okay, number one thing. Now, what are the raw materials? Second point. What is translation? We have discussed. It is the second step of central dogma. Okay. But this line is not sufficient. I have explained the whole process. That also you are supposed to write, that it is the process of formation of translation from the mRNA in the form of polypeptide chain, and polypeptide chain is the it is the polymer of amino acid, and how do amino acid will join together, and how many and what type of amino acids will join together with the peptide bond to form a polypeptide chain is dictated by the DNA on the mRNA, then from the mRNA to the in the form of polypeptide chain. As when we were discussing the genetic code, there was a sentence I told in that video, that 4-letter language of nitrogenous bases changes into the 20-letter language of amino acid. Okay, in the central dogma. That is from the transcription and then the translation. This is one thing which is about the translation. Now, what are the raw material required for translation? Raw material required for translation is, number one, the ribosome, which is the factory or site of protein synthesis. Number two, mRNA, which will bring the information for the synthesis of protein, and tRNA, which will bring the amino acids from the amino acid pool to the site of protein synthesis in the ribosomes. And next is rRNA, which will helps to join the two subunits of ribosome. Because in inactive stage, when there is no protein synthesis going on, the two subunits of ribosome remains free in the cytoplasm, but at the time of protein synthesis, the small and large subunit join together. Okay. Ribosome itself, plays a catalytic role also. Now, what happens at the time of translation? I have told you what is translation, what is the raw material of translation. Now, translation can be explained in 3 steps. Initiation of translation, elongation of polypeptide chain and the termination of polypeptide chain. So initiation of translation, how do it happens? Actually, in the ribosome, first of all, the mRNA molecule, exactly in your book, the word which is written, that is encounters. The mRNA will encounter the ribosome, and small and large subunit will join together already. Okay. When mRNA encounters, so what is the first codon on the mRNA? That is a initiator codon, AUG. When we had discussed genetic code, this point has come already. AUG is a start codon, which is coding for a amino acid, that is methionine. So first amino acid which will come from the amino acid pool, it will not come of its own. The tRNA will bring the amino acid. So first step of the initiation of the polypeptide chain is the charging of tRNA molecule. tRNA structure we have already seen in the previous video. Transverse RNA. This transverse RNA, according to the codon which is exposed at the site of ribosome, according to that codon, the tRNA has its anticodon. So that amino acid which is according to that codon only, the tRNA will bring that particular amino acid from amino acid pool. So for bringing it, it will bind with the amino acid by using the energy ATP. This is called as charging of tRNA. Now this charged tRNA will bring that particular amino acid for which the code is exposed in the ribosome. That amino acid will come to the site of ribosome. Now what will happen? This is initiation. But one more thing is that before the AUG codon, some untranslated regions are also there in the mRNA. Those are not to be translated. The first codon which will be translated is a AUG codon, and it is coding for methionine. Okay. Now the second codon will expose itself to the second site of ribosome. So it can be any codon, triplet, any sequence of 3 nucleotide, 3 nitrogenous bases. So if that codon is exposed there, so that for which that codon is there, for which amino acid, that tRNA will bring another amino acid to the second site of ribosome. Now both the site will be occupied by 2 tRNAs. So that way initiation has been done. Now the second step is elongation. In elongation only that point is to be added, that second codon is exposed and second tRNA will bring the second amino acid to the second site. Now what will happen? The first tRNA will transfer its amino acid to the second tRNA, newly coming tRNA, so that 2 amino acid, first and second amino acid, will get bind with peptide bond, and they are being holded by the second tRNA, and first tRNA will make itself free. So that way the elongation of polypeptide chain will take place. And that way one after the other the ribosome will move through the mRNA in the 5-3' direction. Ribosome will keep on moving on mRNA. And one after the other, the codons will keep exposing itself and they will get translated. Ultimately, in the end, the mRNA, now we are coming to the termination. In the end of the mRNA, there are some codon which are called as stop codons. Those codons will not be translated. For them, there are no anticodons, no amino acids are there in the amino acid pool. So there the termination of polypeptide chain will take place. After the termination codon, some untranslated region is again there. So that way the process of translation occurs. Again, I will say that by just listening this, you won't understand the things as clearly. I am going to show the everything in the book also, but they have there in the book the systematically point wise is not given. But I have converted it into the points. First is the what is translation, second is raw material for translation, third is the steps of translation, initiation, elongation and termination. Okay, so that way you are to complete your topic. Now we are taking up through the book and through the notes also. Thank you.